You are now tuned into ChiChat Podcast, where four women come together to encourage, inform, and inspire women by creating a dialogue that develops strong sisterhood and friendship. Around the table is Yolanda, Ebony, Katrina, and Breonna. Okay, now it's time for some ChiChat.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with a chit chat. Hope y'all doing good. For these February episodes, we want to make sure you guys got a little bit of love, a little bit of Black history, and a whole lot of tea. So before we get into all of that, I just want to go ahead and check in with the ladies. Today, I'm feeling like a 5, but I'm gonna pass it to Katrina. How you doing?
Girl, I'm a 5.
All right, and Yolanda?
A 4.9.
Okay, got you. We just slide it over real quick. Just go ahead and slide a little down over. Ebony?
I am a 5.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and claim Yolanda as a 5. So everybody is a 5 today. When we're in math class, they taught us to round up. So Yolanda, you're a 5. As you guys can sort of kind of see, I'm rocking my unapologetically Black tee. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, redefining Black culture, just having that conversation of the things that we have developed. And as Ebony said in another episode, we are the blueprint. So we're just taking a moment to check out how did Black folks really lay the blueprint of our lives. So I want to start off this conversation with HBCUs. I am a product of an HBCU, Eagle Pride Amplified. So I want to go ahead and give us a little history before we get into the topic. So historically, Black colleges, or as we call it, HBCUs, were established to serve the educational needs of Black Americans. Prior to the time of their establishment and for many years afterwards, Blacks were generally denied admission to traditionally white institutions. As a result, HBCUs became the principal means for providing post-secondary education to Black Americans. And today, HBCUs must fulfill educational goals far beyond those initially set. President Bush described the unique mission of Black colleges as follows. At a time when many schools barred their doors to Black Americans, these colleges offered the best and often the only opportunity for higher education. I want us to take a moment and think about the time of our ancestors and think about what they went through. What, in your opinion, the impact of HBCUs on the trajectory of our education, the trajectory of our knowledge base, what can y'all say about that in the sense of that ancestor time to now 2021? Anybody want to give their overall thoughts on just that educational development of the Black culture? Yolanda?
Well, we certainly come a long way.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I think I'm trying to see if I can word this correctly. Let's go to somebody else so that I can get my thought process.
Okay, so when y'all think about the past to the present, how has that impacted us at a time when they said reading a book would get you killed?
Yeah.
Katrina, what's your thoughts?
Well, like Yolanda said, she didn't get all her thoughts out. We have come a long way. So back in those days, Blacks weren't allowed to learn how to read. And so now to be able to have our own colleges, I think that's phenomenal. So we've really just come a long way on that. I really don't even know what else to say. I just commend us for being able to push through. It just shows who we are as a people.
Yeah. Ebony, any comments on that?
Like they both said, we came a long way. I think with a lot of the HBCUs, it gives us a spotlight. It gives us a even playing ground. Like, it's no, gray areas. It's just, black and white. Like you're there, you're being great, you're being appreciated for it, you're being recognized for it. It's a lot of people. I personally did not go to a HBCU. At the point in my life when I graduated college, I was, it was in my adult life. So, I was just trying to finish school, as a working adult. But I can say, thinking back, like a lot of my friends went to HBCU. So at any chance that I got a chance to partake in just something that they were offering, like the homecomings, oh, your sister was there, okay? Sis was there. I was in the building. I was at the concerts. I was at the parties. Like, you would have thought I was a student there, okay? Listen. But nevertheless, like, it felt good to just be in the vicinity and just to be there, partaking in, Blackness, something that was built for us. So most definitely we came a long way, and just shout out to everybody who is really making a difference, and really being recognized and just being their greatest self, in these colleges. So
exactly. Yolanda, you want to come back?
What they said? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, we're keeping it on the same way where people have really come a long way. Us Black people have really come a long way from having schools where we couldn't even go to school to having our own universities and our own people that we can relate to. Some people feel like they can relate better with their Black counterpart versus going to a predominantly white school, if that makes any sense. So the fact that it's there, the fact that we have these institutions is a great thing. And like you were saying before, reading will get you killed back in the day. Slavery time, you caught with a book, caught with anything, trying to learn how to read and write, they will kill you.
Right.
So for us to be where we are today is phenomenal.
Yeah, and I just love the fact of the mere fact of them trying to kill us because we wanted to be better, because we wanted the knowledge. And now we have a vice president who is actually a product of an HBCU, right there in DC, Howard University, which is a part of the historically Black colleges. They were the foundations to Tuskegee, Fisk University. So many of these colleges and universities set the tone, and we have people that are in leadership, going back to a professional topic, that have obviously gained the necessary educational credentials to be where they are. And I feel as though in previous conversations in media, they have downplayed HBCU, saying you won't be able to get the top spot if you have a HBCU degree. But I'm telling you, we have evidence that does not matter. So I just want everybody to recognize the value of a HBCU, because some people devalue it, but we here at the Chit Chat for the Black. Hey. So I want you guys to know that. So with all that being said, Ebony kind of hit my second point about going to the parties. I mean, let's be real. In the college life, we actually had the parties, the gatherings. So thinking about Black culture as a whole, though, what is your dance craze? Like, what dance craze really set it off for you that you love to do? Thinking about that, Katrina, you smiling. So what's that dance you love to get? I know Katrina was getting down.
I love to dance. I don't party much. I don't party. But when I'm at the family reunions or any gatherings and that live music start playing, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble.
Hey.
Cupid shuffle, that's me, girl.
Okay, so we already know Katrina doing the group dances.
I'm out there doing them.
I do the group dances too. I gotta get in line with everybody. What about you, Ebony?
I'm sitting here laughing because I remember seeing a post one time. It's been a while ago when I seen this post, and y'all probably remember if you're listening. It said, if Black people work together like they did during the electric slide and the wobble, we would be unstoppable. So true. Like, you turn on wobble and you turn on electric slide at any family function, like, it's going down, okay? It's going down, like, serious. Everybody, even the little kids jumping in, you looking like, you only 2, how you know how to do this? And they hitting the steps better than you.
Right. Sometimes you gotta look at your neighbor and say, where we at? Which way we turning? What about you, Yolanda? Yolanda, like, that was me. I was looking at my neighbor like, which way we turning?
Look, don't be beside somebody that's taking it real serious. They go sit down. Go sit down.
Right. As Black people, we get so upset if somebody mess up the dance. We're like, you don't know what you're doing. Get out. Get out.
Get out. You gotta go sit down. You out of here.
We gotta treat them like Trump did. You are the weakest link. Bye, Trump. Anyway.
Yeah, well, definitely the electric slide. And I'm laughing because at my wedding, they got the electric slide going.
Yeah.
Me with the big old dress on. My dress was huge. I had a big ball gown.
Okay.
So I called myself getting on out here. I get beside my nephew. He was like, "Auntie, please go. You can't be over here."
He gonna cut you out of your wedding. This your time.
Wedding.
She's taking up the whole floor.
Myself gonna get out here and do some things. He was like, "Auntie, please."
All right.
That and the Kid and Play. I know
Yes.
child. When that first came out, I would do some Kid and Play, but if I try it today, my knee, arthritis knee, will go.
She not doing the new school. Bust it. Yolanda already said she out. That challenge is over. Cancel.
I can't be hopping around and doing all that, but baby, when it first came out, your girl was in the building, okay?
So Yolanda, you trying to tell me you ain't got them Meg Thee Stallion knees?
Her knees have retired, Katrina.
What she is saying is, look, what's that post I put up? She's saying she got Martha knees now, not Megan knees. She got Martha knees now.
She gotta take a break, y'all. She gotta take a break.
On the shelf.
You would think that I should, but for some reason, my right knee not having it.
Well,
But
Yolanda, you can stretch that leg out and still bend. Lean with it though. Just lean with it. Put the pressure. That was mine. Lean with it. Hey, I was getting that one. That was mine right there. And the chicken head. That was me. Me and my niece had whole routines. Peter girl should have called us. We went there.
Peter girl.
Peter girl, my mama. Getting it.
Oh my God.
I was stepping before I went to a HBCU. I was stepping. Okay.
All right now.
I'm telling you, the Black culture, it ignites this creativity in you. Yeah. But you know, in that creativity, it leads us to create our own businesses, our own franchises. So I want to get into this next portion of the topic, supporting our own versus supporting the big names. And I'm sure if you guys recall, maybe about 2018 or so, it came out that Michael Kors was talking about Black people in a negative light. I don't have the specific article, but it was in context of, well, all they're gonna do is throw their hair in our bags. We don't want them to have it. So when you think about these big brands who don't care about us, and even on a local status, in my local community, there was an issue at a local hair store, which is ran by the Asian culture. They thought that an individual stole hair, not realizing that the individual's purse was the reason why their alarms went off. And so that caused some friction in the local community, which led people to want to have their own hair store. So it's a two-part question. So let's go with part one. Do we support our own? And if we don't, why? Why don't we support Black people and their businesses? I'm gonna go and start with Ebony. Why do we not support our own? We obviously see these big names don't care specifically for us. They care about our dollars. Why not support our own?
I'm gonna say that for me, and I'm just gonna keep it real, because I remember I briefly mentioned this in a previous episode that we were talking, And for me, it's just been all about convenience, just going to what was convenient, going with what I was used to, I can say after last year or so, I have definitely been set on buying Black, like I said, supporting, Black owned businesses and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to sound negative and stuff like that, but I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all know I always keep it real now. We have to understand that we have to have a level of professionalism and a level of how can I say this? Just making sure we're doing right by our people when they're coming to support us. Mm-hmm. I'll just say it that way. Yeah. Because we see that we got all the odds against us. So let's not be against ourselves and be our own worst enemy and be our own, be our own downfall, so to speak. Like, make sure, you're treating everyone with the level that you want to be treated when you're going to spend your money. Making sure you're on time, making sure you stand behind your product, making sure you're professional, just making sure of all those things. I feel like, just having a whole package, exactly. So I feel like, for me, like I said, it was out of convenience. I can honestly say, since I've been buying Black, I haven't ran into like any issues or anybody being unprofessional, or anything like that. So yeah.
Got you. Katrina, any comments about just why we don't support Black? Why is that issue there?
Yeah, Ebony took the words right out of my mouth, and I think like what she was saying, it's convenience and what you're used to. The example of buying hair, where I live, there's plenty of hair places, plenty of places to go to get hair here in Greenville. And there are now some Black-owned hair vendors as well, or places to go get hair as well. But I think for me, it's because I'm so used to going to these other places. And when I think about, I need to go get me some tracks or something, I immediately think I need to go here, or I need to go there. I forget, and I need to do better. I forget that there's other places where I can go. Mm-hmm. And as far as other Black-owned businesses, my thing is customer service. I'm big on good customer service anywhere, any race. It don't matter. If you treat me bad one time, I probably, if I can help it, I might not go back to you, whether you Black or white. And I don't look at it as a Black business. They're not professional, or they don't have great customer service. I just look at customer service as a whole. So, like Ebony was saying, if you wanna generate business or generate people to your business, then you need to make sure that you got that professionalism and that great customer service on lock. Because you can't turn people away.
If it's unlocked, I'm out the door.
You can have the best prices in town, but if your customer service sucks, I'm going somewhere else and pay a few dollars more.
True.
So, exactly. I haven't actually had that issue. But for me, it's just a matter of what I'm used to and what's convenient.
Yeah. Yolanda, any points on that about just supporting Black? Why we don't support Black?
Well, first, I don't believe that we do. That's the first point. Second, I'm going to take it to where a lot of people are competing against each other.
Go ahead on now.
When they go to, well, you guys using hair store, but I'm a book girl.
Go ahead. Yeah, work it.
When you're looking at somebody who have a bigger platform or a bigger status, you tend to go toward that person, not giving the one who's just starting or the one who's here. Maybe you're not giving them a chance. Mm-hmm. You won't even crack it open to give them a chance because they don't have the bigger name yet, or they won't. So in other words, the person, sometimes if you're competing against each other, when that person who's right here surpass what you think they were supposed to do, then you stop supporting that person. So they right here, they surpass, then that's it. Because it then becomes a not, I'm gonna split, it is jealousy. It becomes like a fighting type thing. Well, I'm not gonna support her because she surpassed this much, or I'm not gonna support him because he surpassed this much. If that makes sense.
It does.
I think some of this stuff, you're not supporting your sister or your brother because you're in competition with that person. And so now you don't want to give that person their props when they're doing very well, or you won't even give them a chance. You won't shout them out, no nothing. Right. And so I think it got something to do with the competition. That's what I think, me personally.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point about competition, because it leads me to also think about another conversation we had, in the sense of, we're putting the race up there. I put the race up there. I said Black businesses, right? That's how I initially started it, because that's what society has established, that other establishments, we don't say white business. We don't say Asian business. We just say hair store. We say grocery store. But when it comes to us, we specifically say Black. And so I think that I want us to rethink and redefine that this is just another business that happens to be ran by a Black person. And I feel like as Black people, again, fighting through the status quo, the statistics, we do come into the competition. So I see the full circle, but I just want to emphasize, we still say Black. We don't just say hair store, we say Black hair store. Right. We specifically say, you're the Black hair store, you're the white hair store. We still segregate our own business, our own thinking.
We do.
But
And I just want to piggyback off Yolanda. Yolanda used a book author standpoint. I want to use, like, from being a makeup artist standpoint.
Go ahead.
You will have people, no, I'm not gonna say you, I'm gonna speak for me. I will have people reach out to me and literally say, how much you charge for makeup? And I'm like, okay. Me, I'm big on communication. I'm big on first impressions. So this is my first time. If I never met you, never had an encounter with you, and you don't even say, hey, how you doing, Ebony? My name is such and such. I'm reaching out to you because I'm interested in getting some makeup services. And I would like to know, what are your prices for your services? It's a way to communicate that. It's a way to communicate that. And the first thing you say is, how much, how much you charge for makeup? To me, I feel like that's rude. I feel like that's disrespectful. Another thing is, people will try to, like, lowball you. That's one other thing that I have experienced, just as being a Black woman and trying to have multiple streams of income and doing something on my own. Yeah, I have a passion for it, but it kind of makes you, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth when people try to lowball your prices, because you're not gonna go to Matt and say, let me get eyeshadow and let me get brows, and I'm just gonna pay I don't want nothing else, just eyeshadows and brows. No, first of all, you're gonna purchase at least $50 worth of stuff, or however much they charge now. It could be more because of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna purchase their product, and then you're gonna pay for them to show you how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why do you feel like you can come to me and pick apart my prices? You know what I'm saying? When you're gonna go somewhere else to a hairstylist, you're gonna pay them top tier for your wig. You're gonna pay them top tier for whatever services. It is. I hear a lot of, like, makeup artists say that they're lowballed, and I don't feel like that's right. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, art is art. If you want your hair to look right, you're gonna pay that person what their fee is. If you want your face to look right, you're gonna pay me what my fee is. You're not gonna lowball me. Because I can't go to Sephora, I can't go to Ulta, I can't go to Matt and say, you know what, I want this palette, but take 2 eyeshadows out of it because I don't want to pay you $50 for this palette. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you're out here supporting these Black businesses, make sure you're not lowballing your sisters and your brothers. Pay them what they're worth.
Right.
I've been waiting to get that off my chest for a long time. So thank you, Bree.
Hallelujah. We breaking up in here. Glory. But the reality is, that's what we face in our Black community. Why can't we get back to when we had the Wall Street, our own Black Wall Street, our own status? Why can't we get back there? But it's because we're not able to get past, as Yolanda said, the competition. We're not able to get past the low balling. Like she said, I mean, she said it so well, but I'm just repeating. We don't challenge Whole Foods. We don't challenge that. But yeah, if we see mom and pop, they got a garden, they have a few vegetables. It's like, well, Piggly Wiggly or Whole Foods said this. Why are you saying this? It's like, baby, first and foremost, they small.
Yeah.
Corporations can lower their price because they got multiple. It's like we gotta really assess where they're at. If I was Sephora, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $50.
Right.
But I'm at my rate. Either respect my rate
or you can choose someone else. It's just as simple as that.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this. But if I put down my index finger, what you got? But no, at the end of the day, I just so you just gotta be realistic. We want to be, as we said in another episode, professional. What does that look like? Handling your customer with care, keeping your price. Don't switch your price up. If that's what you're gonna say to me, say that to her. If you do have to switch it, back up why you switched it. That's it.
Yeah.
And stop looking down on people because they haven't made it to where you think they should get.
Yeah.
You don't know what people are doing behind the scenes.
And let me tell you something. Every artist was once an amateur, okay?
That's right.
Gotta start from somewhere.
That's
Gotta
right.
start from somewhere. And if you want to partake in any services that anybody is offering, whether that you writing a book for someone, whether that me doing makeup for someone, Katrina selling them a wig, Breonna helping them with their branding. Listen, we got to be on the same line. It ain't gonna work just being on the same page in the same book. We need to be on the same line, period.
Yeah. Look, y'all, there's some good grocery right here.
Be on the same line.
Look, before I move from this topic, I want to say one final thing. When it comes to social media, when somebody says, I got a new job at, I'm going to just say Piggly Wiggly, you get 500 likes. But if I say I started my new business, I got 5.
That's yes.
The reality is people don't
for me. Sometimes one, and that's myself.
Yolanda, you do gotta like your own post. That's all right. Give yourself credit.
It's like my own stuff. Because look, let me tell y'all something. People out there, never mind, I'm sorry. You go ahead, Bree.
But I think I'm gonna flow with Yolanda. The thing is, we don't really get excited about somebody stepping out. We get excited about them staying in the corporate world or the traditional box. Yeah. Why don't we get excited about the step out?
That is part of the suppress suppressed mentality.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's because we don't hear enough that you can be whatever you want to be. You can build your generational curses. I'm gonna say this case in point. It's always just been me, my mom, and my sister. My mama, I watched my mama for years work a 9 to 5 or work factory jobs, working third shift. Me and my sister being home, by ourselves or whatever. So growing up, my whole mentality was, I need to, when I grow up, I gotta work. I gotta make sure I, work hard. I gotta make sure I do. I didn't have a parent telling me, you can have your own business. You can build your own income. You can have your own wealth. You can be the first millionaire in our family. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So I tell my son those things because that's what I believe and that's what I want for him. But most importantly, I want him to want it for himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people don't get happy, because that's that oppression mentality. That's that mentality that we can't have, but so much, because they ain't giving us. No, it ain't, they're not giving it to us. We taking it. We taking it at this point.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
You can go out.
We gotta come up out of that. We gotta come up out of that suppressive mentality.
Yes.
Come up out of that.
And another thing that I would like to add, we're talking a little bit about social media. For me personally, and I believe that I told y'all this off the air one time before, when you hit the like button, hearts or whatever have you, it's not for me, it's not that I'm saying, well, this is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's all about support. Because I support if I see it, which I haven't had a lot of time to be up there because of stuff that I'm doing in the background, people.
There you go.
Okay. I feel that.
Corbett.
Did y'all see that video of the lady doing her routine? Anyway, go ahead, Yolanda.
It's all about support. How is it that one person gets so many different likes for saying today is a good day?
Right.
Like what? It's a good day for me every day because I make it that day. Me and the Lord. Okay, so how is it that you get 550 likes? Yolanda Randolph's new book is coming out and she gets 2. But yet sales prove that it's popular.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, there's nothing wrong with hitting the like button to show your support. Not that everybody's not going to like Yolanda Randolph stuff. Everybody's not going to like Ebony stuff. Everybody's not going to like Katrina stuff. Everybody's not going to like Breonna stuff. But it's about supporting your sister.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I would hit the like button, hearts, whatever, for support.
Right.
So it saddens me that so many different black, and you got a whole bunch of friends up here. Well, Facebook need to change that to something else. They're not friends. We barely even know these people, but they're up there. Okay. So if it comes across your timeline or whatever have you, and you see it, there's nothing wrong with popping a like button or something for your support. Old girl here is working extremely hard. Okay.
That's right.
Day and night. 3 o'clock in the morning, Yolanda Randolph's working. I'm not sleeping, I'm working.
And that's the powerful thing about building your brand. And I do want to just emphasize to any business owners out there, anybody aspiring, like, this is real work. We're not saying it's going to be easy, but it also starts with having a strong support system. And if you are a Black-owned business and you just want to have some support, reach out to the ChiChat, reach out to the Black-owned network. We are here to really help you guys to be encouraged, because at the end of the day, I just want us to redefine Black culture. Yes, people still put the title Black, but Black is powerful. And as my girl who coming out with her new shirt line, it only comes in Black, baby. We only come in Black. You can't add no sugar, spice. This only come Black, raw. It is what it is. And when her line dry, I want y'all to order it. We'll have it in the chat. A friend of mine graduated 2010. She got her thing called Set Your Own Beauty Standard. And us as women on this platform, that's what we doing. You see these beautiful Afrocentric, beautiful women here. I want to give you some Espanol, but all I can say is hola, como estas. But that's how I feel in this moment. Anyway, any way, shape, or form you look, you powerful.
That's right.
And the last point of this topic is this: legacy. Ebony hit on it. I just want to dig a little bit deeper. So let's talk about legacy. Why do we as a Black culture shy away from investing in stocks? Why do we shy away from having the insurance conversation, the end of life conversation? We don't want our families to be suffering in our absence. We want our families to say, she had her stuff in order, he had his stuff in order, we're good. Why do we shy away from that? Anybody want to share? I mean, if it's too deep, I get it, but why do we shy away from investing at least? When you hear somebody say, put $100 in this stock, I'm gonna put $100 in some Jordans, actually.
Yeah.
I think that some people may be afraid of the risk, and we like to hold on to what we have, thinking that, if I put $100 in this stock and I lose it, then I lost my money. Now I got to make it back some other kind of way. Or if I had just kept that money, then I would have it and I could build on that instead of putting it in stock that you don't know what's going to happen to it. So I think that's probably sometimes why we shy away from it. As far as insurance, I'm big on having insurance.
Right.
I don't know why everybody is not.
Right.
I want to make sure you're right that if something would have happened and my kids or my husband, anybody got to put me in the ground, that if that part is taken care of and they have something to live off of, to kind of help them out in years to come.
Right.
I think it's just the fact of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen.
And, my husband, he made a valid point. He was telling me, he said, Breonna, the Caucasian folks, they train their children how to shoot guns in the wild, So when it's time for them to get our ages, they already have their gun license. When it's time for them to go to the bank, they already have about 1 million waiting on them. I mean, I hate to say 1 million, but maybe about 50,000 waiting on them. But the point is, their family has established a background for their children. Yet when our children have the conversation, they feel less than, they feel disqualified. Why do we shy away from these conversations? Go ahead, Ebony.
What's about this? Oh, I'm like, what was I about to say? I think it's lack of education too. Like you said, we don't have those conversations, like, just being in, a household, one parent household. My mom was just trying to make ends meet, It wasn't a conversation about making sure you save money. It wasn't a conversation about, learning how to protect your home. We didn't even live in a house. Let's just start there.
Got you, right.
We didn't have that established dynamic that a lot of Black families have, contrary to what people might think. There are a lot of 2-parent Black households. So I don't want to start that narrative that people like to think that it's only single Black parents. You see the commercials on TV, and you see, the Caucasian woman with the baby and the husband walking up behind her, but you see the Black lady, she just holding her baby, and they just walking in the store single. That ain't it, because there's a lot of 2-parent Black households. But I think it's lack of education. As far as stocks go, I'm not the most knowledgeable on stocks or whatever. My husband actually is. Shout out to my husband. He is so big on stocks, and he really been talking about stocks a lot. Like, he's been trying to educate me on stocks and stuff. So we definitely been getting into stocks and stuff like that. Me personally, and like he told me, he said it's best when you're doing stocks, it's best to go with what you know.
Right.
Chick-fil-A, if you love Chick-fil-A, I would invest stock in Chick-fil-A. I love makeup. I would invest stocks in Sephora.
That's right.
I would invest in stuff that I know about, because I feel like that would fulfill me more. And as far as insurance, it is nothing worse than seeing you go to a store, because I know everybody have seen this. You go to a store and you see a jar at the register because people got to collect money to put their loved one in the ground, but you can go slam to their Facebook page and they drip from head to toe. Why don't you have any insurance? Okay, most definitely you need insurance. You definitely need insurance.
Yolanda, any comments on this topic?
With the insurance conversation, it's all out of fear. Me personally, I think. I have established insurance and all, because I know that when I go, my children, I'm all they got. Mm-hmm. They got their father. Well, I'm all they got. Okay. Bottom line here. So it's my job. It's like I take care of them right now. It's my job when I go. I take care of them then too. And so I have established. I do have that insurance, but it's out of fear, I think. I think a lot of people, they put it off because they don't want to hear about their parents passing away, and husbands or wives or whatever, and children or whatever. But I think that's what it is. As far as stocks, like Ebony and Katrina both were saying, you don't have the education. Like you don't know too much about it, so you're afraid to invest something in where you don't know anything about it. So it's just fear and lack of education.
Yeah, and just for something really quick, guys, you can actually download an app called Robinhood just to get you started. It'll give you a little bit of background. And I mean, Ebony's point of picking something that you actually utilize. I mean, we utilize a lot of things, gas, your clothing, etc. So that's a quick little starting point on Robinhood. So that's really my topic, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to get into a this or that now, and it's a really short one. Would you rather, or would you choose to work for a corporation or the family-owned business?
Oh, wow.
corporation or the family-owned business? Katrina.
Ooh, you had to choose me. Oh. Well, I want to say the family-owned business, but it depends on who owns the business at the time.
Which part of the family?
But I think I would have more pleasure in working for my own family than a corporation.
Okay. Cause the family-owned business will turn into a corporation if y'all keep working it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't mean to mess up y'all answer, but go ahead, Yolanda.
Yeah. That's what you just said, Bree. The family-owned business, because if we work hard enough, and you gotta work hard. Oh God, it's some working in there. You can make it your own corporation, and then so you can make more money working with your family.
Excuse me.
Well, some families. Let's just keep it real here, okay? Not all. Not.
And sing.
You can make more money working with your family than you can in a corporation if you work hard enough. So I say family-owned business.
Okay, Ebony.
I'm gonna say family-owned business. Just because I'm thinking about my sister and she has her own business. Like I could work with her. My sister, she's a very giving person. The corporation and the office politics and the paying us less than others. Like no, family business.
Yeah, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said everybody gonna eat.
Right. I was just about to say that because y'all know I love Kev on Stage, and he just created his own app. So not only is his family, he's basically working with his wife, kids, and of course some associates around him in LA. So that is really his family. He's creating that. And I also was thinking about Cookout. Cookout is a family-owned business.
Yeah.
And so just thinking about how it's only in the specific areas, you can't see it everywhere, but they're making some good money. Cause they still
got the little quote, the Bible verse on the cups too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a family-owned business that's been rocking for a while. Cause I was eating Cookout in college.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
been around.
Cookout. So what the haunt is actually a little funny. It's actually a father. Y'all featuring this father. Fathers are in the home. In certain cases, fathers, even if they're not in the home, they are active with their children. And specifically, I showed that because as women, we all have heard about that daddy hurt, that daddy issue. And so for those girls to even experience that little moment with their dad, that's memorable. And they went viral. So I just like that little moment. Y'all know I had to give it up to the HBCU. So Sister Girl of the Week for me is Regina King. And I want to shout her out because she was a part of the Miami, A Night in Miami. She was a part of that production. And she also is the voice for Boondocks and What Regina King movies or shows can y'all think of right now? Regina King being featured. Anybody?
227.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
7 Seconds on Netflix.
Yeah, that was the yeah. That 7 second show, yeah.
So Regina King is just a powerhouse. I love her.
What was the other one? Wasn't it This Christmas? She was in This Christmas too. Wasn't it This Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's done a lot.
Oh, my favorite is Poetic Justice.
Yes.
That's my favorite. I gotta take it back to the 90s. Poetic Justice. That's my favorite.
Yeah. So I had to shout her out. She's my sister girl of the week. And my chit chat fave is actually Vitamin Shop. I've been going there a lot more. Of course, with this pandemic, guys, we want to make sure we're taking our necessary vitamins. And so the local one in Goldsboro, they are very knowledgeable and they give a lot of advice along with what you're purchasing. So Vitamin Shop has been my spot. And don't forget to get our Chit Chat merch. Go to teespring.com/store/chit chat. We got everything you need. Honey, show up and show out. As my girl Yolanda said, we're going to boom, shake, pop, and that shirt is up there too. And when you think about black, you think about boom, shake, pop. Okay? And so that's what we go cop that shirt, all of that. So the one word motivation, after everything we talked about, what can we say about this to encourage our listeners? What do you have, Yolanda?
Be powerful. You know, it's already there. Pull it. Get it out of there. Powerful.
Right. And Ebony?
Black. I'm just gonna say black.
For the black
Ebony
folks.
means black. Ebony means black. I am black, okay? My name means black.
Say it loud. She black and she brown. Katrina?
Unity. Let's bring it.
UNITY.
Yes.
Yes. And I want to summarize it by saying we're all in this together. Because at the end of the day, if we cut the competition, we cut the low balling, we truly are in this together. We don't have to have crabs in a bucket mentality. We can be unified. We can actually, Ebony, drop your word again, be black. And Yolanda, we can just be powerful. I pulled it together. Thank you, Lord, for giving me a reminder. Okay. Bye, y'all. This has been another episode of Chit Chat. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to our episode of ChiChat. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at ChiChat Podcast.